It's time for a Humans in Tune conversation with Darren on 93.9 Mike FM.
Excuse me? Is this thing on? Stop the presses. Hold the phone. It's time to step up to the mic. Here's what's going on in your community.
Hey, kids. It's time for another Mike Side Chat on 93.9 Mike FM. It's Darren Bergfeld with you in the studio. And today, I am joined by Sydney Waters and Ashley Dodds. We're going to talk about some opportunities for your children today. Sydney with Old Town Cape, Ashley with Send a Friend. Welcome to the studio. It's so nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
We're excited. It's a Monday. We're getting through it.
Yeah.
We've got this is an opportunity we talked about last year for the first time. And this year, it's just another chance for enterprising youth, entrepreneurs of a younger generation, to dig in, having a great opportunity, not only to just boost their production, but also to showcase the product in the market down the road. So let's talk a little bit about the program itself.
Yeah, great. Do you want to start, Ashley?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Send a Friend is a local e-commerce business in Jackson, and we are all about helping our youth become little entrepreneurs. And so we've partnered with Old Town Cape for the second year to bring grants to kids 13 to 18 for Youth Entrepreneurship Day.
Right. And I think it's cool that Send a Friend is sponsoring this, because this is kind of how you guys, how Send a Friend got its start, was youthful entrepreneurship,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. My brother, Tyler, he just turned 24, and we're going into our fifth year of business, so he was just 18, 19 whenever Send a Friend got rolling, and he's kind of always had a entrepreneur mindset, and so we just want to inspire that in other kids.
Nice. Yeah, and those kids are definitely out there. You see them wheeling and dealing, making the lawn mowing deals and all those kind of things. But I think what's cool is with the technology we've got now and with the internet, it's easier for kids to get those ideas and to be able to actually bring it to fruition. Like last year's winners was such a fun time. You had one as an artist, one is making candles. I mean, they were really creative ideas. And to see them take that at that age and go to fruition, like when I was 13, 14, it was like, can I make it this far in Legend of Zelda on my Nintendo? That was the deepest end of mine. And maybe try to sell some rocks to a kid on the bus. But so it's a great opportunity for the kids. Last year's winners, we're able to showcase those at the Riverfront Market. That's going to happen again this year, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Get this paper out. Let's see your face.
Actually, we're really excited. This year will be an even bigger Youth Entrepreneurship Day. Ashley has so graciously provided us with 6 grants this year, so we actually have 6 $250 grants to give away. And then we will also invite our past year's winners back to vend as well, and we'll continue to do that each year. So eventually, we're hoping this will be a complete market of youth entrepreneurs. Right. Yeah,
that's awesome. And and I can imagine too, doubling the amount of grants this year is incredible. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. We hope to see those applications roll in quick then to get those out. And if you're catching this after the fact, you've got until the beginning of April to get those applications in. We'll talk more about that process. But like you said, being able to bring them back as veterans of the first year, this year they're going to come into the fold. And maybe, inevitably, I'm sure we will see that day is, those veteran guys saying, here's a tip that we did last year or something. And I'm going to say the girl that had the candles last year, the candles were great, but she also sold these little lighters for $3 that were the best little candle lighters I've ever had in my life. And I treasure that thing a year later. Yes. It's the only lighter I ever went and bought refill stuff. So I can keep using that candle lighter. But, those tips and things that they can offer each other, like you said, to see that year after year and see those veteran kids come back through and do it again. And maybe that'll encourage them to, talk to some other kids in their school. They know another kid that is a class or two below them, maybe, that has a great idea. So
right, or make those connections with downtown business owners. But actually, the candle girl that you're talking about last year, a local boutique picked up her candles, and they were carried in her store for a while. So that was a great connection, too. So we're hoping for those kind of connections as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being able to showcase those, outside the setting of the Riverfront Market, I mean, that's ideal for the kids. Not everybody can sell everything on the internet. And with a lot of these projects, it's a more tangible good where people need to smell it or feel it or taste it, to be able to pick it up. So that's a great opportunity. And again, doubling those to 6 this year, that's awesome. So it's a $250 grant, and that money goes to their materials, all that kind of things that they'll need to produce, right?
Yeah, any supplies that they might need for whatever they're going to sell, their setup, their booth display, or for marketing, signs, business cards, whatever they need. Give them a little boost.
That's perfect. Yeah, and you see that at the market. It's great to have a banner with your business logo on it, and even if you can pick up a tent and have it screen printed on the top of the tent. There's a lot of ways to do that visual marketing right there at the market as well. So, and it's not limited to we've talked about last year's winners, as far as what they did, but it's really open to any kind of enterprising opportunity with these kids, right?
Yes. I would actually love to see a farm this year. I would love to see a small farm. That was something we were kind of hoping with to tie in with the Cape Riverfront Market. We didn't see that last year, so think outside the box, things like that. Entrepreneurship, it's not necessarily always something that you created yourself. It can also be a family business that's being passed down, so that's an option as well. Absolutely. But yeah, like you said, we had graphic design, we had food items, we had candles, so the options are really endless on what your application can be. Yeah,
that's a great idea. I mean, my daughter's 14, she'll be 15 in August, and as a family farm, we raise beef cattle.
Yep.
But that's something that she's been passionate about since she was a kid. Now, the application here, we're not going to bring in and show steers, so I'm not worried about that. But, those farms that maybe they're coming in and they're selling fresh eggs and fresh vegetables and things like that we'd expect to find at the farmer's market. This is the next generation, and Lord knows we need all the farmers we can get.
Right.
It is not to say a dying breed, but it is definitely a shrinking part of our economy. So that's exciting. I would absolutely love to see that as well. And for some of those regular farmers market people that come in that have a garden at home that has gotten bigger and the family's involved, there you go.
Right, exactly.
Great opportunity. And as far as the application process goes, let's talk a little bit about that. Somebody's wanting to apply, somebody's interested. How do they go about that?
So there's two ways. You can reach out to me directly. I'm happy to email you the application. My email is sydneywaters@oldtowncape.org. Or you can also go to our website. It's on downtowncapegirardeau.com. And it's actually right there. You should see it on the page. Apply for Youth Entrepreneurship Day grants. So
can't get much easier than that.
Yeah.
So just hit that digital connection, downtowncapegirardeau.org, and we've added
.com.
the .com. Sorry,
yeah.
Oldtowncape.org, downtowncapegirardeau.com.
Yep,
There we go.
got it.
Yeah, and we've got it in the scrolling part here at the bottom as well. So definitely get those applications in. The deadline is when?
April 7th. It's
April
Friday.
7th.
Coming up.
Yeah. And, so we want to have time to peruse those applications, get in touch with you about the logistics of all that stuff, and hopefully you'll bring someone to the table, some youthful entrepreneur that is ready to roll, and this will be a great booster shot to get them on the right track. Now, as far as Send a Friend goes and what you guys are doing day to day, this is a little piece, but I know you guys are pretty philanthropic with your mindset over there.
Yes. So since the beginning, my brother has been all about giving back. So we donate 10% of all profits to nonprofits across the country. So far, we have donated over $1.3 million. Wow. And I think we've worked with over 100 nonprofits across the country. So this is just kind of part of that, something to do in our hometown that we really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's it. You pour it back into where you got your start, and that'll encourage the next Send a Friend entrepreneur out there to grow and succeed with their business.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to get those applications in. Again, go to downtowncapegirardeau.com, and you'll find the link right there. Just email Sydney. She's easy to catch, and if you drive by the station here soon enough, you might just catch her outside. But
real slow.
That won't be creepy. Yeah, drive by real slow in front of the station. We love that. Never creeps us out at all. No, but it is a great program. I'm so glad that it's back again for a second year, and that it's doubled to what it was last year. That's going to make for an exciting, in that conclusion to the farmers market, but a later part in the farmers market as we recognize this. Do you know when the date will be for this?
Yeah, that's going to be on July 8th.
Okay.
So we wanted to end the application deadline before school got out so we could hopefully hit all those school-age kids. But I also wanted to mention this is not just for school kids. You can also be homeschooled. It's open to anyone to apply.
Yeah, and those of you who are in 4-H is a great way to do some outreach there. I know when I was a kid coming up in 4-H, I loved it. I learned how to do all kinds of stuff when I was in 4-H, and we didn't even have the internet then. So I can only imagine what they're accomplishing today. So some great opportunities for your kiddos. Again, it's age 13 to 18. So get that application in. And we look forward to seeing these wonderful young entrepreneurs as they start to shine in Southeast Missouri.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, it's Sydney Waters from Old Town Cape and Ashley Dodds from Send a Friend. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks
Anything else you want to leave everybody with?
The only thing, I had a note about the boy that won last year.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know his actual name.
I can't remember it either, but I can tell you if I had my water ball sitting next to me, his stickers are still on my water ball.
Tofu the Customizer.
Marcellus Taylor.
There we go.
That's
Good
it.
job.
Thank you.
He was so kind and so great with the public. I think that was really surprising. Not that kids can't be kind and great with the public, but that he just really took it to the next level, I felt like, with interacting with the public. And he was our youngest.
And our homeschooled, too.
Yeah.
And it was just very impressive. So I'm excited to see who we will meet this year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I will second that. I mean, like I said, I picked up some of his stickers there. But my kids were there, too, and my daughter was talking to him. My son was talking to him. I think that's cool, too, to see the other kids, interacting with these little youthful entrepreneurs. And maybe that's sparking something like, oh, yeah, I could do that. So, great job by him and all the kiddos, really. But, he was very much, he was a good salesman and very extroverted, too. And that, you got to be to sell that stuff.
Right.
And he took pride in what he did. I think that's so important, that this is something that the kids are doing. It is definitely a labor of love, especially when you're that age.
Right. It's a lot of time they dedicate.
Absolutely. So mark that date, July
8th.
July 8th. Mark that date in your calendar for that Saturday to make sure you don't miss the Riverfront Market on that Saturday, so you can meet our entrepreneurial scholarship grant winners. I guess we'll call it grant winners would be the appropriate term, and that will be a great time. Thanks again for coming in, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
It's been another Mike Side Chat on 93.9 Mike FM. It's Darren Bergfeld with you. You can always catch these after the fact via the audio podcast at 939mikefm.com. Or find the videos on our Facebook page at facebook.com/939MikeFM and share, because sharing is caring. We'll see you next time for another Humans in Tune and Mike Side Chat on 93.9 Mike FM.